slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway. Isn't that strange? Cause I'm trying through the climb, I ain't like pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's fucking key ingredient is belief. They'll see the negativity, but I just gotta right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran city, no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that can change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, still go, go, there's no hope, still go, I never answer to no, I still go, go.
Case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
What's happening with it, people? What's happening with it? How is the audio? How is the audio? I see some good people in the house. We got a lot to talk about. We got a Sebastian Rogers sighting. We got some new news in Summer Wells. 2 different things you haven't heard, and I'm dropping it right smacking off the damn newsstand right here on the channel. I think we shall. We got fucking Bullhorn Betty. She's cleared. God damn it. God damn it. And then we got a new case that is happening. A new case that's happening. And this is a perfect time to example all the fuck shit that will happen. A lot of you have been around through all the cases I just said. Some of you hold Summer dear to your heart. You've been around longer before Summer. A lot of you have floated over from the Facebook groups with Sebastian. So you haven't witnessed what I'm going to fully explain and what I've been doing for years on this channel. I know some of you hold Summer very close to your heart. Some of you hold Sebastian very close to your heart. Some of you both. Some of you one more than the other, whatever. We're all different. Some of you will find this channel from the Facebook groups. We don't know each other yet from Lilly and Jack. Because every family that goes through this social media hell With Green Team or Trashy Pimps, it's just periodically. I've told Chris Proudfoot confidently and numerous times on the telephone, this will all be over as soon as there's a more popular kid that goes missing, because that is the truth. And that's kind of how this genre goes. And I don't have no beef with people who are about to cover this case, who people may think that the mom and dad did foul play. It's not what I do. I don't just call people out like that. But the obsessive channels that relentlessly attack the parents, they don't do any like legwork, no research. That is just their MO. That's who we will consistently go after. And Bullhorn Petty is so disappointing to learn what happened with her, because this was supposed to be literally, sorry comments, let me cook. This was supposed to be the sketch. This was supposed to be the formula of how to stop families from getting harassed on social media. The Proudfoots did something different. They took action. They fought back. This was supposed to stop future parents from what will happen to them. Because make no mistake, it will continue. I never seen this before. What the Proudfoots were doing. This thing was moving quickly. It was shiftly going. Look, I have been doing YouTube for years. And unfortunately, I've had my place of employment contacted. I've had my family contacted. They've attempted to swat us numerous times. The detectives here where I live, they shut that shit down, but they attempted to swat Noel when I was in jail. My employers, my family, all types of shit, man. One day I'll this is not even a joke. I'll write a book about it because some stuff I can't even tell you. And believe you, if any of those people behind any of those things did any of those things, old white boy knows how to utilize the internet. And there's a lot of stuff that I've done to those people that I can't bring to the internet because I don't want to get canceled, right? But don't think I'm sitting around with my thumb up my ass as you're calling my boss. Oh, no, Oh, no. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4 police reports from YouTube. All those police reports, we call the police. All those police reports are different. On every one of those situations that I just threw on my keyboard, we were told free speech. One time, I'll never forget this conversation until I die. I literally had a conversation at the end of my driveway with a police officer. And I said, sir, are you telling me that somebody can talk about they're going to kill me in a YouTube video and you can do nothing about it? Because if I was to yell that at my neighbor right now, while you're standing in my driveway, you will put them platinum handcuffs on me. I know for sure. He said, you're right. I would. The difference is you're saying that in front of me right here. So I would absolutely handcuff you. I don't know who's saying it to you over the internet. We don't know what state they live in. We don't know what their name. I said, yeah, I know the name. The moral of the whole conversation was, if the person who said that to me was in the state of Florida at the time, then they might be able to arrest them, but it would still be hoops to jump through. Isn't that crazy? 4, One. That's all jacked up. Probably the oldest one. 2, 3, 4. No joke. Why do I tell you that? Why do I bring that up? Because I kind of knew what was going to happen. The problem is the internet's weird. The internet's weird. You can basically say a lot of shit on this thing, man, and you're invincible. It's just the way that it is. And I hate to admit that, but today we take an L. Today, I take a big L today. I did a video last night. I put it in members first. I was very excited. 2% chance we found from a legal expert that this fucking lady would beat her shit. And she beats her shit. Now, before I get to the comments, there's 2 things I must show you in regards to this. 2 things. And then I promise I'll get to the comments. Let's do that right now. And then we got a lot to talk about. Oh, a lot. Big shout out to the chat. Just give me a second. You know I got ADD. We can only do one thing at a time. So the first thing I will show you is, well, I guess we'll go there in a second. Where the hell is that other thing I want to show you? Oh, yeah, let's do that. Where the hell is it? There it is. Blank screen, homeboy of the channel. Friend of the channel, blank screen. Had a look-see, did he? He had a look-see. And he pointed out something that I thought was interesting. Let me go back to the chat. Do we need to make this more big? What's happening? Can I make it? Can I enlarge this bad boy? Oh, yes, we can. I think that's a little bit better for everyone's viewing pleasure. Now, what does blank screen say in his post? He circles some things. What is it? A1 City Bonding Company, 175 West Smith Street, Gallatin, Tennessee, 37066. Email, blah, 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 blah. Really? Oh. A1 City Bonding, permanently closed. Weird. This would be the paperwork that Betty showed. I don't know. I don't think she'd crank up a live about it, though. Here's what I will tell you. I, myself, have the real paperwork of what happened with today's decision. Now, I will show you this. Here is the indictment situation and paperwork that we must discuss as a community. Let me enlarge this. Can we see it a little bit bigger? No, we need this. We need the other one. So what it says here is the following. I'll read it. We have State of Tennessee in regards, blah, blah, first paragraph. I regret to inform you that your client, Bad Breath Betty, has been indicted by the grand jury and her friend, Smiley Smiles Cunt. Both will be remanded in jail away from the internet and will be asked to hand over all sex toys they may have over there. Will no cavity search due to the smell and safety of the officer involved. Please remind them this is a serious matter and to at least brush their hair. We can't force them to brush their teeth. They are expected to start wiping from front to back. Respectfully enclosed, Sumner County. As you can see, her signature is there below. And the next one is as follows. The purpose of this letter is to advise you that Sumner County grand jury issued a no true bill regarding the above styled charges that were bound over to the May grand jury. Therefore, no further action will be taken on these charges, and you will want to notify your client it will be not necessary for her to appear in court for arraignment on May 23rd, 2025. Obviously, this is the real thing. Thank you to who sent me that. I thought it was comical, the bad breath part of it and whatnot. Let me jump to my comments because I'm missing you guys over here. I will put it as I'm reading the comments. Before I get there, there has been a sighting. Sebastian Rogers, here's the far away of it. Here's the far away of it. It looked like him to me. Now, before I go to the comments, because I haven't been really keeping up with things, here is I kind of enhanced it a little bit, right? I just zoomed in for everybody, right? That looks like him to me. I don't know. Please, as I'm reading my comments, watch me figure out that it's all been debunked. It's a bunch of fake fuck shit. Let's see. Enlighten me, please, chat. But we have a lot to discuss. We have Summer and this case, and I got a lot to break down, guys. I feel like, yeah, it's very sad with Betty, man. This was supposed to be the formula to stop her, man. And I only bust out those police reports because, guys, the point of me showing you this is it's very hard to convict people off the words of the internet. It's not as hard if you're on probation or parole or something like this. But just a straight citizen, I don't know what needs to change. Well, I do have an idea what needs to be changed. But as a straight up like consequence or to be accountable for the things you say, unfortunately, in my opinion, it does not exist. Those are police reports. Me and Noel have 4 of them. That is 100% all YouTube related, what I just showed you guys. I don't mind beefing with people and roasting people and all that stuff. But sometimes people get weird. Sometimes people get really weird, right? And what do you do, right? What do you do? None of those people I fear in real life. I would smack the dog shit, hypothetically, allegedly, and for educational purposes, if I ever seen them in real life, right? But this is not how this works, right? So it's very weird. Hello, y'all. Hello. We love you, Ellen. We love you. We keep it real. Clutch them nuts. Fix Betty's phone number today, or at least I think as because of the area code. She even told him not to show the second page due to his personal info. Guys, it's going to take old white boy to take Betty down. Well, I don't have the formula. I do think people on the internet need to get a hold of the Manatee County public, whatever the hell that is, that those meetings she goes to. Give me the schedule. I'll take a day off and I will blast her. I'll record it for everybody. I'll get her. She'll never be allowed there again. I promise.
Oh my God.
I've done my part here locally, people. I have gone to 3 different Chili's. I've spoken to 3 different managers. I have told 3 different managers that she sucked off JLR behind the dumpster area. I've told 3 different managers that she's telling everybody on the internet that she sucked off JLR behind the dumpster, right? I have said that people are scared that there's, we can't have sex offenses in the parking lot. I have done my due diligence, if I should pat my back a little bit, in these Chili's establishments to keep Bullhorn Betty away.
More time than I think anybody else would.
Yes, I have. I've gone to this bitch's neighborhood. I've spoken to her. I've spoken to her neighbors. The dude didn't even speak English. And I had a full-on conversation with my Florida Spanish that I've accumulated through the years of working construction and whatnot. I had a full-on, semi-generic Spanish conversation with a non-speaking person, and he understood. He said, his exact words, if I would quote him, yes, gringa loco, white lady crazy. I spoke to Pops cops don't like her next door. I spoke to the dude down the street. I don't know how. I don't know. Listen, man, I was very excited about this. You don't understand. If she would have went to jail, because if I set up something right now, if I was to go over there tomorrow, and I tell you guys, hey, we're going to Betty's tomorrow, she's going to call the cops. You guys know how she is. It's going down, right? I have literally contemplated calling her ex-man. I know exactly where he works. So just so you know, her ex-man is a handyman, right? A handyman. I was going to call him over here, and I was going to say, hey, my toilet's broken. Okay, come over here and have a look-see. And when he goes over here, I was going to interview him, right? And I was going to take care of him. I was going to compensate him I was going to compensate him, right? But I was even going to throw some salt in the game. You know, I was going to be like, I can't believe Betty. I just can't believe how Betty's doing you like this on the YouTube. Like, I can't believe like she's like, you know, how she talked about your mom and stuff. I was going to like stir the pot, absolutely, right? And then record this for everybody. But I didn't want to like involve like the innocent bystander, if you will. Because for fuck's sakes, she's choked that dude out 965 times. So I don't know if I should like, you know, literally add insult to injury. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't go that far. Still contemplating it. The bitch is crazy, and she's going to continue to do it, and I feel really bad for the Proudfoots. I shot Chris a text today. I feel really bad for them because she's going to double down. She's going to go twice as hard. They don't get justice. I don't understand why there's 4 police reports in a desk to my right. 4 separate people. 4 different occasions that me or Noel or both had to feel the need that there's somebody on the internet that's being so weird, that's going so extra, that we had to call the law. And because they know us of these 4 occasions, because they understand the internet a little bit through us, the only good thing about that is it was a blessing when I was in jail and some asshole was trying to swat Noel. How many times did the Cape Coral police get called?
I don't even know, but I know it was enough that it didn't matter. Nobody cared. They were just like, yeah, you're safe.
They called so many times trying to swat Noel. If you don't know what swatting is,
there's so many files or numbers, like case numbers, that they know better than to pay attention to it, pretty much.
So when I was in jail, they wanted to get at me so bad that they overly dialed the police department to where they're like, because when you swat somebody, you're trying to cause them physical harm. You're trying to cause them physical harm. I'll give you a quick example. Let's just say Noel has a lot of guns, right? And when you SWAT somebody, you're manipulating the police in a fake call to not come over and knock on your door, but to kick in your door.
Yeah.
Because people say, hey, this dude is threatening to unalive himself, and he's on live right now, and he just said that he's unalived 3 of his kids. He's about to blow his head off right now. They're not going to knock on your door. They're coming in, guns drawn. They're kicking the door in. That's my ringtone. Thank you, Denise. Stephen Crabtree's calling me. What's up, Crabtree? What's happening? What's up?
Tell me your life.
He's a little pissed.
Tell me your
They
life.
dropped it, but he's, you know, where his is.
Hey, I'm live. You know that, right? I don't. Did you know I'm live?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand. You know, the whole thing. Like, so is BHB just constantly going to keep getting away with it? I feel bad for Chris and them, man. Like, this is no. And
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of crap, like as far as like legal processes, and I'm sure you've done stuff like, or you've been through stuff. And so one of my things I want, like, Is it common for this stuff to constantly happen, Matt?
I ain't never seen nothing like this. I never seen it. He should be pissed. I mean, do you know my honest opinion, bro? You know what I really want to think? So I made that video. Did you watch the video I did that I let go this morning?
Yes, sir. Sure did.
That was a legal expert in the state of Tennessee with a less than 2% chance. She had a less than 2% chance of winning this. You want to know what I really think happened? Here it is. I think Bullhorn Betty. I think that there's two things that happen here. You have somebody who goes and yells at families and does all that fuck shit that we know her about. She has a lot of haters, yes, but she has Green Team. The Green Team has a big reach, right? A lot of followers combined, right? And you have Sebastian Rogers. A lot of people are drawn in. A lot of people are paying attention to it. I think you had literally somebody that was on one of those 13 people. It's 13 citizens that have to keep everything secret, everything private, and they have to find probable cause. I think one of those people was Green Team, a Green Team supporter. I'm going to say a Green Team supporter. Anybody can get jury duty. You know what I'm saying? Right? Anybody can get jury duty. If you have one person, and it doesn't even have to be a Betty supporter. It could have been a Justice for Nobody supporter. It could have been a Smiley supporter. It could have been a Blue Gumball supporter, right? There's thousands of people following all these channels. Yes, a lot of them share subscribers, but true crime is huge. So it could have been anybody, right? And they may not even be on the Green Team. It could have been somebody who thinks Seth is God and hates Chris and Katie, and they throw the monkey wrench in there. I think that's what happened.
No, and Chris, like I talked to Chris. I don't care who knows it, man. I talk to Chris a lot about everyday life stuff, like and about Sebastian. And like the other day, we're talking to him, man, because I had brought up the question, and I asked him. I said, "Man, did I hear this right in court?" And it was exactly what I texted you, which is, dude, I swear to that woman said that she had an arraignment date, and that's where I'm thrown off at right now. Like, I swear I heard that, and I know I'm not the only one because Chris in it. She
did have an arraignment date, and by the grand jury giving her the no true bill or whatever it is when you don't get indicted, but that she got the paperwork where it says there's no need for her to show up for her arraignment. I just put it on the screen. I was clowning a little bit. I was joking, but on one of them, but I read the original. So
let me ask you something. This is what I was calling to ask you. So, like, we know that there's one in an appeal process, right? Which is Chris's. Is it most likely that one now too, when it comes back after appeal, will be found the same way?
I have no idea. I don't. So you're saying that Chris can appeal his thing?
No. So you know how she appealed the one case, right?
So hold on. So here's the deal. She was either going to get indicted by the grand jury or not indicted, or if she won her appeal, then the indictment is out the window. Here's how she absolutely crushed this shit. All she had to do was win her appeal, and this is over with. She didn't get that far. The grand jury said no. So the appeal is pointless.
Got you. Now it makes sense.
It was a 50.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
It was a 50-50 situation.
Man, it made more sense.
It was a 50.
I'm sitting there.
It was a 50-50. She was going to go there, right? And it's 50-50 whether the grand jury was going to say yes or no, right? And the video I did this morning was explaining that in those situations, in the state of Tennessee specifically, there's a 2% chance that it's a no, which is what she got. And it's a 1% chance in Chattanooga.
In Chattanooga. Yep. I remember seeing that. And that's what blows my mind, man, because I don't know how many more people are going to.
What's up, Prana Reels?
I mean, you know this. Don, like Summer Wells' family, man, and the constant just rhetoric that this just keeps happening across the board. It's
so
like, it's okay,
glad that you brought that up.
IC3 doesn't fucking exist. Excuse my language.
Oh,
Sorry
I'm
about
so glad that you said that, because everybody who has said anything about the Summer Wells family is going to eat their own shit in a few minutes.
Oh yeah.
In a few minutes, you'll learn that anybody who has said that they're bad parents and this and that and CPS, you're going to eat your own shit. You ever see somebody smell their own farts? They're going to be eating their own ass.
Oh, I can't wait.
Absolutely.
No, this is official.
Nobody knows this yet.
No one knows this.
To call you while you're live, man. I just was like, I seen you on, and I'm like, and I heard you said, I thought you said I'm live, and I'm like, well, I mean, I ain't saying nothing that Chris wouldn't, like, you know, that Chris wouldn't talk about anyways first, but it's frustrating because they don't deserve this.
They don't.
I feel like this was a slap in the fucking face, but I think you're 100% correct. If there's just one green team member that is on that, I mean, that's all that's all that matters.
That's it.
And so it's just unfortunate, man. And she, you know what? I really feel like what she's going to do, instead of being a normal person and saying, okay, I won my stuff, I'm going to back off and do a respectable thing, she's just going to turn it up. That's just who she is, man. And I don't know. I hate this, man. But thanks for letting me come up. Sorry again.
You're good. You're good.
All right, see you, bye.
The appeal is on the protection orders. Okay. Obviously, the judge was concerned about the threat. Yeah. All right. So what are we saying in the chat? So guys, look, man, she's cleared. You guys do know she's been live, right? She not only went live, she posted about it. Just so everybody is completely transparent on my end, I'm not a JLR fan. I don't even like reposting his shit, right? But because it was a dig at Betty, right? I don't like JLR, and there's a lot of new people in the community. You know why I don't like JLR? He's a piece of shit, right? I never liked. I don't like JLR, and I'm also not a Molly Golightly fan. So over here on this channel, you're never gonna get any support from either one of those two people. Now, you may ask yourself, but white boy, JLR is an awesome person. Let's take a timeout, shall we? Enjoy. What's happening, folks? Like the bell, you know what to do. Listen, the problem is you people who watch Jonathan Lee Rich's Investigates, you keep coming over with the comments. You're observing information from somebody, and you're taking that information and you're debating, and you're coming over here with the negative comments because you now have information and you want to put it against mine. So I'm not going to debate you. I just want to show you who you're getting your information from, and I'm pretty sure after this, I will never get another comment from any of you people again. Have a nice life.
Hi, Jonathan Lee Riches. This message is for Dictator Adolf and James Holmes. I love you guys. I love you guys to death, and this is what I want to do to you guys. Use your imagination.
And alrighty, so conversation's done on my end. That would be JLR saluting Adolf Hitler, trying to suck him off. Him and his, should I go any further? So please don't ever tell me how awesome he is. And what he's done to families is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Speaking of families, JLR has harassed, Betty has harassed, the entire YouTube has fucking harassed. Everybody is very vocal about how there is a set of parents with a missing child who also have had brothers, right? It is very, this is not new information, but anybody following the Summer Wells case knows that their boys got taken from CPS. There was allegations made against the Wells. There's this. They absolutely lost their boys. Everything that CPS has claimed, every allegation that they have came against Don and Candace Wells about, has been dismissed, dropped, thrown out.
Meaning what, babe? Meaning what? Say it real loud for the haters.
Meaning that Don and Candace Wells
Are, say it loud,
you go for it.
fucking innocent bitches.
They also have an huge opportunity in front of them,
I gotta say.
which would not be an easy road
Woo!
to go down.
Hey, sissy.
Will not be would not be a very expensive road. You see where I'm going with this. It is hard to beat CPS. It is very hard to beat CPS. On top of that,
Anybody wanna, I'm not saying that like any of you guys are like, the assholes that were attacking them, but 503 people, I don't think all of y'all are messaging, but anybody that shit talk feel like saying, whoopsies, I was fucking wrong. I'm sorry, baby.
All of you morons who attacked them as parents, all those claims have been dismissed and dropped, but that's not all I have to say about Summer Wells. The next part I can give you half of. The next part I've been sitting on for a couple weeks. I just told Don today what I'm about to tell you guys because I didn't want to give him false hope. It was some awesome news that I was privy to know. And that news came by of somebody that probably you yourself like and support. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But I was told by API a couple of weeks ago that as they were in Tennessee for something different, that they talked to a TBI agent, and I don't know how, why, I don't know who, I don't know anything other than the TBI agent was following up something in regards to the Summer Wells case. Why is that important? That's huge. Because people get frustrated with the law and the police in these cases, right? Summer Wells case is very old, right? It's not very, very old. Yeah, people, come on. It's over 3 years old, okay? They're still working on it. Don't listen to these morons who have been all the way wrong about the parents, right? Do you realize Don and Candace could get their kids back? Do you realize if they were somebody like a Chris and Katie, they could probably get their boys back very soon. I don't know. I don't want to put the Proudfoots on a pedestal like they're loaded, because that's the narrative on YouTube, and that's not even true. But the Wells struggle. They live week to week. A lot of Americans do. It's not a dig towards them. I just want people to understand, man, the TBI is actually out there still working on these cases, despite what people say. I can't give you a name. Here's what I can tell you. Now, this is full conspiracy. At the time I was told this, I cannot stand Ernie Shell. He was saying some very weird things. And I kept getting a bunch of messages blown up my phone about listen to the words Ernie is saying. Blame Katie was in my last live. She covered this. She actually called this. I'm not saying this is true. This is full conspiracy off of what I just said. He was like admitting to things in the Summer Wells case. I don't take nothing that guy says credible. I think he's a fucking grifter, a fucking weirdo. And I think he likes weird drama. He creates weird drama, right? I don't know what it was, right? But at the time he said these weird things in regards to the Wells case, specifically, I could tell you the TBI was in Tennessee following a lead. I don't know what lead. I'm not telling you that they were there for him. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying that's my conspiracy. I don't know. I have no idea. But they're still following up. They're still working it, right? Where does that bring us, right? Let me go back to that picture. What do y'all, I want to know from the chat, what's going on with this? What's up, Ducking Felonies?
I know, Pat. I love you so much.
What do you guys, I may be behind, but this is supposed to be, I believe, in the state of Virginia. I think it's Virginia. Chat, help me out if I get that wrong. Sebastian, this is a sighting of Sebastian. I looked at this and I'll tell you, it looks like him in my opinion. Did you see this? Give it a zoom in.
Right now.
I think it looks similar to him.
Yeah.
Yes, Duncan. From what I understand, he does have AIDS.
Yeah, his meds with his name was on the bottle was leaked.
What's up, barbecue lady? Did you want a link or something? What's happening? Ernie left a bag of dicks at the end of the driveway. This is true. He absolutely did. No, they didn't, Ducking Felonies. Everybody who has something negative to say about Don and Candace, everybody, like 100%,
Y'all don't want me to get
are now going against Chris and Katie Proudfoot and putting Seth on a pedestal. This is just a fact. They have gotten nothing right on
and for what?
the Summer Wells case.
What makes them think that any parent is worse or better than the other? Why can't they just understand they're all suffering the loss of a child? Never mind. I'm sorry.
Good. That was good.
You don't want me to get going, and I don't want to start. You know.
How old are the boys now? Straight talker. I am unsure the exact ages.
4 years older.
Huh?
4 years older. I don't know.
Then no, because they're different ages themselves than
But
Summer.
they're all 4 years older than they were the day she went missing and when it's happened.
So it gets
sure.
so let's talk about that for a second. It's complicated, and I don't want the narrative to be like, oh, they're not even getting their boys back. Does anybody have any? There's a huge difference between CPS being wrong about everything that they've claimed and said about you. That's one thing, but now we got to talk about a whole different ball game. In this situation, it is not easy to say, hey, foster family, who are good people, who are providing a good home for said kids, who have done nothing wrong, hey, I'll take those back. Yeah, people, that's a whole big, giant, monstrous legal situation. And we all know lawyers cost money, right? How is the system built like that? It's very weird. How do I have 4 police reports in my drawer from 4 separate individuals, 4 separate incidences? And I'm told it's free speech. How does a lady not get indicted? How does 13 people with brains not find a probable cause? How does she go beyond the 2%? Our systems, man, in America are what they are, people, but they're not perfect. I don't know, man. We won't allow, we don't know the date. Still waiting. Lesniak tips out. He had 20. There's 4 days left. So this is for your money situation. I've told you that for a long time.
Yeah, Cass has never thought or felt that way, not once. I know we're all the years
What
we might have been friends.
is that? Brandy Wine in here?
Yes.
Brandy Wine, how are you? Can you please clear up? I tagged you on Twitter. I made a community post on my let me drop this link for anybody who wants to join. I took a screenshot of something that Spread War Eagle posted on her YouTube about, it was Seth talking about Julie Skolnick. And below it, it said the good Brandy Wine or something like that. I'm like, wait a minute. Is the Green Team have an alt account of Brandy Wine? So I didn't check my Twitter today. You may have answered that. Anybody want that? There you go. He is a perv. Ernie is a perv. Where in Virginia? So yeah, apparently he was spotted in Virginia. This picture here.
Wafer.
I heard was going there.
Asked if barbecue lady got a line.
Barbecue lady is here. Barbecue lady, what's happening?
Hey, I had patience. I have patience. Well, I wanted to go back to Bullhorn Betty. I cannot fucking believe that bitch is not getting indicted. I'm actually really fucking shocked. I'm shocked.
Same.
I don't know how you can just go and threaten judges in the United States of America and not be a fucking crime.
Yeah, agreed.
It's weird, man. I don't know. What do you think happened? I think somebody. When I say green team, that's kind of like, limits the reach of people.
Yeah, I don't label it like that. I just think that, listen, I know this is probably shocking, but I actually slightly, and I'm putting my little like thumb to my pointer finger and giving like that little like quarter of a hair inch. I do believe that maybe there might be some corruption down in Sumner County.
Absolutely.
I really am starting to believe that, and I'm not going to speak on why I think that specifically, but I hate to fucking agree with Bullhorn Betty, but I do believe she belongs in fucking jail. She was stalking and harassing people.
That's not a far thing to say. I went live the other day talking about this weird reward fund money in the beginning of the case, and there's a whole bunch of players in a family with political ties, with police corruption, with neo-Nazi ties, hate groups, all types of weird shit. But there's many articles about this, and there's mass corruption involved in it, and it was tied to Sebastian for a reward thing. But it's in the same. Yeah, that's not hard to say at all. Not hard to agree with.
And you got to think, like, it's not uncommon to hear that, I'll just label it air quotes, southern states have that like old school, I think it's possible. I think there could be. That's my standpoint on that. But
all right, what's the update with your upcoming stuff?
Oh, well, we're still waiting for Lesniak to not reply, because he hasn't even replied to the preservation notices sent December 20th. I don't think he's going to reply. They have till the 13th and the 14th to reply to our punitive damage request, which probably is going to be granted, and then we'll go to court. And we're going to lay out a lot of shit. We're going to have an opportunity to lay out, not, because the anti-slap was more towards the filing itself.
Where the sighting of the Sebastian Rogers picture was taken?
I just know Virginia. It's all over Twitter.
Okay. Somebody got texted.
Was it Bristol?
I think I did remember that. Yeah,
was it Bristol?
I want to say it was. Thank you, Shelby.
Thank you so much. Do you know where exactly that was, or do you have any clue, like where they said the location or anything? I'm only asking because somebody asked me via text.
It looks like him in that picture. I don't care what anybody says. To me, it looks very similar to him. I don't know. Seth's going there. That's not a bad idea for him. Shelby, thank you for 3 months. $2 from Babe. I didn't see this. Annabelle gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much for that. All right, go ahead, Barbecue. I got
a comment about the Sebastian sighting too, but
go ahead.
Well, there's multiple shit. Listen, if people want to take a picture, why wouldn't they just yell out Sebastian's name?
I would do the same thing. I agree with you.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, did they yell out his name? Did they say, "Hey, are you Sebastian?" Like, yell his fucking name. I just don't get like, let me take a picture.
No, I'm totally with you, and I've actually had this conversation with my wife before. Like if I would do it just for I don't want to ever walk away from a situation like that, and then you're not knowing, then you're questioning yourself, like, why didn't I say that? Right. Some people aren't like that. And they're like, they're shy and they're withdrawn. I don't know. I'm definitely doing it. You know how I am. I can keep it straight. I'll probably walk up to the kid and ask him for something. Like I gotta see his. I gotta make sure white boy knows, right? Like so.
I would at least take a picture and send it to his father. And if I got confirmation that it was in fact a child, I would be calling 911 at the same time as accidentally bumping into him and being like, "Oh hey, how are you? Are you okay?" But the cops hear everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ran away. So I'm not gonna be like, "I came to save the day." But if something had been fishy going on and I was able to, have the cops near me where I was, fuck yeah. Because now
I agree, Noel. Call 911.
So, all right, Barbie, I got to ask you, because I asked you a while ago when the Rico thing happened to come on. I know you've been going everywhere. There's been all type of shenanigans going on. Always been cool with you. I never, you always treat me pretty good one-on-one. You're always respectful of my panel and stuff. I don't know. I have not kept up with it all. What is all like the extra curricular barbecue lady shenanigans going on? I will tell you this. I think the only advice I cut out.
No, it was probably me, but I just didn't hear. What's the extra what?
There's what is all the dramatics with the barbecue lady stuff on YouTube as of late? And I've missed a lot of stuff. So
I don't think there really is any.
None. Okay.
No, everybody's silent. All the plaintiffs are silent. I mean,
very silent on X.
Tony's over there fucking quick claim deed in his house for $1 on April 9th, trying to evade a judgment, it appears.
That's very weird. I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's illegal as fuck. My attorneys are like on it, like flies on shit. They got all of his properties. Like, come on. Her parents. So he quit claim deed that to Dana's parents. Okay, his
I saw that. I didn't know that it was illegal to do that, but I was looking into it.
Well, they can be added to it now.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Really?
Oh, yeah. Okay. The dude, he must not have done his fucking research.
Yeah, that's crazy. So if you guys don't know what she's talking about, when the RICO was won, this is a recap for anybody who doesn't know. Tony started moving the anti-slap. I'm sorry. He started like moving his assets around, putting them in different people's names and stuff. When there's litigation or whatever, that's like actually like illegal to do. He and he even did, I think, as far as like a week or two before this, it was said in court.
Yeah, it was like 10 days. Yeah.
It's crazy because he's bragged on the Lower Lodge's show so many times, like, I've given Seth X amount of money, and if it wasn't Sebastian missing, I'd be helping some other missing kid. Like, he's bragged about his finances.
Yeah, I spent $17,000.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, yes. And to hear that, it's comical, it's funny, it's I mean, not for you guys though, for anyone else though. Can I ask you to explain the bond thing for people? Like, if they decide that they want to appeal anything, can you just like explain the process?
So it's my understanding, first they have 20 days to reply to our punitive damage request. Once they fail to reply to that, like they failed to reply to everything, the judge can then set the hearing for the punitive damages. We will go in front of the judge. All four of our attorneys will present our fee petition, basically is because she's awarded us our attorney fees. And I don't know if it'll happen at the same hearing. They could schedule a separate hearing for punitive damages, but after there is a final order, meaning attorney fees, punitive damages, once there's a final order, if Lesniak chose to appeal it, they would need to put up a bond in the amount of that judgment. and then it would go to the Superior Court. They would only have 30 days to appeal it. So it's not technically over, but it's riding on the good favor. It's riding on a good train.
Gotcha. Circle back on the screen. My wife was referring to Chris Proudfoot. So
What happened?
She said not everybody has access to Seth.
Why the fuck would I text Seth?
Yeah. What's up, Shauna? 12 months strong. Thank you so much.
And I did not mean that in a bitchy way. It was just an honest question with the F word in it.
Yeah.
That's me.
Man, I wish you guys good luck though. What's up, Eric Jasper? I don't want you to see. I want to ask you some things, but also I don't want you to say things publicly. I think not everything is good.
You can ask me. If I can't answer it, I won't. But at this point, my campaign right now is I'm tagging every single news outlet every single day. I'm running my own campaign to expose Dog the Bounty Hunter, Nick the Hat, Tony Mathis, Bullhorn Betty, Brittany Jackson, anybody that was a plaintiff. This story needs to be put out there so that they don't do this to other people. And honestly, I think Nick should go back to jail. The fact that they've had onboarding, forcing people to sign NDAs and to submit their IDs and driver's licenses after he's already been convicted for, impersonation.
You know I called his parole officer, right? Noel, you still have that?
I thought
No?
What? Repeat. Sorry. Threatening somebody.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. You do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got some breaking news, guys. We have just recovered. Like, this just happened. Like, I'm almost like a genius. Like, I just realized that I have my Amazon Ring doorbell camera footage of the conversation of the parole officer. So guys, she told me don't record her on the phone, which I would never do, and I respected that. But we just realized, we just figured it out live, that the Amazon doorbell footage is there because that always runs. And we so I didn't record her purposely, but I was just looking back at my Amazon doorbell during this live, and I found the footage of the phone call, guys. So we'll just play a clip. We'll be fair because she didn't want it out, but just for receipt purposes. And barbecue, I did call a lady. Babe, play a clip of that. Just let it.
White boy, if this is a parody.
No, this is no parody. This is dead ass.
However, I'm thinking that he should think about this for a second.
You got to pick up what I'm putting down, but it's not a parody.
But let's.
Oh, it's only a 30-second clip. Just play a minute. Just play 10 seconds.
Okay. All right.
Of the Amazon doorbell footage. The Amazon doorbell footage.
A different company, but yes.
That records everything I do in my front yard.
Absolutely.
If I was to be on the phone talking to somebody.
Hold on.
So this is for you, barbecue.
Sorry, elevator music? I'm sure I can find it. I'm looking for it. Hold on. No,
While you're waiting, if anybody was named in the injunction, you can absolutely contact the Pennsylvania Board of the Bar Association. I'm sorry. And if you feel that your name being mentioned warrants to be filing a complaint against Lesniak, you have every right to do that.
Wait a minute, like the protection order?
No, in the injunction.
Okay.
In the fake RICO.
because I have a lot of people in the chat, even in this chat, that were named in the protection order. Can we do a report on that?
Oh yeah, it's all the same case number. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I was thinking, for some reason I was thinking Betty. But no,
Yeah. Okay.
it's all the same case number. It's all the same docket. It's all the same loser fucking attorney.
Can you send me the link for that? Because I'll share it on my Twitter. Because they put people, they wanted a protection order from Butter saying that Hong had baby legs. They wanted they put the protection order stuff is comical. Half my chat is in it.
Yeah, I'll
so,
definitely send that over to you. It's just the Pennsylvania Bar Association.
Okay.
Just type in the word complaint, but I'll send you a link.
You got it? Oh, there she got it. I share an ex to my Florida friends. Yeah, absolutely. Have you had any luck with the news thing, Barbecue?
Well, I just started it last night, really. My attorney's already done an interview with KDKA. I just know that there's a lot of people contacting various news outlets, various government organizations. There's been people that have reported Hong to the ACLU for his transphobic comments and posts, making fun of people for their sexual preferences and things like that. That's all reportable.
Have you noticed, like, there's like a the truth serum, if you will, right? The ether that if you want to silence Hong on Twitter, it's very easy. It's very easy. Here's how you go, people. Let me give you some troll food. It's very easy though. So the other day he posted a picture of an avocado, right?
Yeah,
and I said at Barbecue Lady, is this what a failed Rico looks like? And there's no response. And then he makes the cartoon videos and this and that. And you just go in there with witty. You just say, hey, Hong, do a cartoon about the failed Rico. And he doesn't want to talk about this, guys, at all. At all. There's actually like no pushback. There's nothing. I mean, what the fuck could he say, right? But it's just, I mean, I would, I'm not telling anybody to, but like, if you wanted to, like, just be a dick a little bit, get your troll on a little bit, just form the questions like, well, tell us about the failed Rico, or explain the failed Rico, or is that picture of so-and-so, is that what the failed Rico looks like? You will get nothing. And Hong is not quick to hush his mouth, be quiet. He always has something to say. So it's like very comical. It's very comical. Just so if anyone hasn't seen that, you found the footage, babe?
Yeah.
We have the Amazon doorbell.
It's not Amazon. Nothing else.
All right, just play. Just let it.
I'm only gonna play 3 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
Hold on. I'm old and I'm bending over.
How long is this taking?
Bro.
Fuck.
It'll take 20 more minutes if you.
2 hours later in my SpongeBob meme.
4 hours later.
Sorry.
And butter. Yeah, I'll share it in butter. I'm gonna share it.
All right. Only a few seconds, cause.
Here we go. Receipts.
How much do you want?
It's not. It's muffled.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say anything about any fraudulent. So I played that for you because I don't know, people think I'm just like doing content, or people like don't believe me. I know my supporters know that I did, and there's no need for me to do that. And I didn't even know I had that. I can't believe my Amazon doorbell had recorded that conversation. But anyway, the point of me playing all that is, like, I've specifically had a full-on conversation, and let me recap what was said, right? For your fight with the new stuff, right? Just so you know this, right? And offline is a different story if I had to provide you with something, right? You know that. Just so you know, I brought up people all over Twitter say that like Nick cannot like work with law enforcement, this and that. They've even sleuthed his stipulations. I brought that up, and she specifically told me yes, he can. She told me that's wrong information. She
It's
told
in the
me
filing.
yes, listen, I'm with you, and I'm the one calling this lady, right? Here's the thing. Here's what I tell you. She specifically was like, look, he's not doing it. Someone else is. She's basically telling me that she knows what I'm saying. I know the filing. I understand that. I'm with you, but she's telling me that he's allowed to. She also told me basically everything I brought up, every concern, everything. She said that he's not doing it. Someone else is. And she said, look, you cannot get in trouble if your friend goes and steals an old lady's purse.
He's
right?
the CEO of At Night Media.
I specifically brought that up. I said, ma'am, the guy that you're telling me that's doing it, right? That's not Nick, right? He has his, it literally says At Night in his profile bio, right? Of the same company, organization, blah, blah, blah. She was not trying to hear it. She basically, and she talked to me for about 25 minutes. She said, I'm telling you.
You said if he does break the law, you have to file a police report first.
Here's what I could tell you as far as that. Yeah, she said that she said she couldn't do anything.
Coming. There is one coming. I haven't talked about it, but
I'll tell you
one coming.
I'll leave you with this, right? If somebody was to get a protection order, right? What she told me is it's out of her hands, right? So we all just seen SF get a protection order against Hong, right? And it actually, from what I think I saw on the internet, I think it was approved, right? I don't quote me on that. I don't know. Chat, let me know. However, if somebody was to get one, I don't know if you could even do this, but what about At Night in your situation? Because they came at you, right? Isn't that on your filing? Yeah, At Night is, right? So if that was the case, right? She told me her hands are tied, and she would, and at that point, she basically told me with saying without saying, she can't do nothing. She's talked to him about this. It's not him. It's all Hong. And if there's a police report or a protection order is filed against him, her hands are tied, and at that point, she could be forced to do something. That is the extent of a long phone call.
She said,
exactly.
We would love to pick him up.
Yes, she's not a fan of his, but she's not going to let people. And I guess before I called, some lady called, whoever you are out there, you fucked the whole game up because you went full Karen on her, and she didn't like it, right? So when old white boy has the receipts, and white boy's been paying attention to all this, and I can tell about the stipulation, I can tell about what's in the order. Whoever the Karen was that called before me, you fucked it all up, lady. Okay, I'm just saying you didn't do anything good. Whoever you are, I don't know who you are, but yeah, you kind of fucked that up for a white boy. But whoever you are, but yeah, I'll get with you off here, man, and try to help you with this. Yeah, there's a lot I could. We'll talk off here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna hop down anyway. My battery's at 11%, and my dog's about to start growling.
All right, barbecue. I appreciate you a little bit and sharing that with everybody.
Yeah, just just remember, everybody has rights. You do have a right to your own peace, and you do have a right to file reports if you feel like they're warranted.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. I'll be in the chat.
Alrighty. A lot
Thanks
of good
for having me
comments.
up.
No problem. What's up, Mom Bear? A lot of good comments here. They're all criminals on the green team. I agree with that. So who's in her pocket? What you mean there, Cromwell Reels? He's hiding by. Yeah, you guys are nailing it on the head with the PO situation. And that is a criminal enterprise. He stepped back and hid himself as an employee. You got to remember, guys, you don't ever see Nick the Hat making avocado memes. You never see Nick the Hat, saying he's going to slap anybody. You never see Nick the Hat, he's got a do boy for that, right? He got a do boy for that. Kathy P, what's happening? Nick had multiple reports. Yep. Yeah, Brandywine. Thank you, Shelby Lynn. I appreciate that. Brandywine absolutely gets under their skin. It's comical because I try to promote her. I know they got big mad at that picture thing, and literally one conversation with the lady, and we had people thinking I was shitting in the backyard. It doesn't get any better than that. All right, so wifey tells me that Andra is already attacking the new parents. I want to talk about this as well. There's a new case. It's out of Canada. Lilly and Jack. It's been hitting the YouTube streets pretty hard. In my opinion, get ready for it because I think that you're going to be watching a lot of lives about it.
Well, the main reason is you want to make sure that people know that these idiots are not going to be nice to them, Yes.
So this is a case out of Canada. There's already people from social media harassing the family. $49.99. Thanks for having me up. Thank you so much for that, Barbecue. That was super, super appreciative. I'll get with you off of here, and I would like to help with that. Also, send me that link because I have a lot of people who are in that protection order from my chat or from my Twitter following, and we're all up in that thing. And we need to do we need to get our 5th degree black belt and Karen on and absolutely do some reporting. We need the manager actually. We actually need the manager because we don't actually appreciate it actually. And we have pain and suffering as well. So give me that link and we'll absolutely do a post. We might as well tag Caster, and we have some work to do over there on Twitter, my friends. Hey, we should go to the news place over there. Maybe the Wink News. I live right by the news.
Well, yeah, the problem with is that they usually cover local.
Yeah, this is true. So what we're going to see, guys, in my opinion here, is the transformation of cases. Like I said in the beginning, a lot of people followed Summer. Summer was everywhere on YouTube. Everywhere. Everybody was attacking her parents. Everybody. Not everybody. Most assholes were. Then you have Sebastian's case come up. You saw less and less of Summer. More and more of Sebastian. Now, this case, talking about social media, the stepfather says, I just try not to read it. It's just opinions of people that I don't know absolutely anything from. They don't know what's going on. He said, driving by slowly, some people stop. Some people snap pictures. Some people just almost have no respect. With the search stretching to a week now, he said he's doing his best to remain hopeful. I don't know what to think, he said. It's hard to stay positive. I'm just not hearing anything positive. Hold on, where's the social media thing that I had? It's going to be, here it is right here. He also shared his frustration over social media. Rumors and strangers showing up near the family's home. I try just not to read it. It's just opinions of people. I just fucking read that, man. Come on. What are you doing? Third? I don't know. I'll go through all this here in a second. It's like six screenshots, but he specifically says people from social media are pulling up. All right. Which is fucked up. That's what happened in the beginning of the Sebastian case. We just all witnessed some nut job go from Florida to Tennessee. And she did fuck with them people. It's very disheartening to learn that Betty got out of this, man. It's very, very, very disheartening. I've tried to show the internet as clear and transparent as possible that this lady is not tough, right? She yells at parents. She has a fucking a bullhorn. I got one too. But when Noelle pulls up at the meet and greet of this celebrity influencer event of Molly Golightly and Bullhorn Betty and the drag person, whatever his name, what happened to that person? I forget that one's name. And then who else was there? Who else is there at that event? The celebrity event. There were celebrities there, like D-list. But when we pull up, they literally go live, and I went live the entire time. There's the truth of watching what happened live, and then there's like your favorite YouTuber telling you what happened. And people believed the favorite YouTuber narrative. These people said that we showed up, wait for it, with gangs. I brought my gangs. I'm not in a gang. Okay.
A gang of thugs.
We brought gangs. They said Noelle, in Noelle's hair, she brought machetes, machine guns, knives, sticks, clubs, baseball bats, baseball bats with spikes, picture. Chinese stars, nunchucks. It was all in her hair. How? We're live. As soon as in reality, what happened was, as soon as Molly's sister gets there, she walks in, calls Molly. Molly calls the law. The manager comes over, asks us to leave. Paid for our drinks. We kind of stall to leave. We go to the car. There's like 9 cops show up. I'm like, oh my God, what are they saying? Right? Which we later found out what they were saying. Listen, man, I wasn't gonna like do nothing. Noelle can fight, man. She would whoop all that. Listen, I'm just saying, hypothetically, educational, and allegedly, right? Noelle could have whooped Molly, Betty, and the gay dude, whatever his name was, all at the same time.
10 feet tall. I have no idea, but just saying.
I just made sure he wasn't going in the little girl's bathroom. That's all I was there for. Okay, so anyway, and we got an apology from the manager, which I posted on my community wall. He absolutely understood that they were lying. He apologized for kicking us out. Okay, all that happened, right? But what the hell? Where am I going with this? Oh, she's not tough. She's not tough, right? You watch her on YouTube and she's yelling at people. She's acting all tough and stuff. Lady, you're not tough, right? You're not tough, but she's aggravating. And it's not about her physically being tough. It's what she says with this thing here that hurts families. And she does that shit. And she's already attacking these kids that are missing in Canada, Nova Scotia, this new case, Lilly and Jack. And take what I'm saying seriously, because you're going to start watching a lot about this case. I've been doing, and I've been in this community for years, and this is how it goes, people, right? If you have been here since summer, at least since summer, you know what I'm talking about. For the people who have came here since Sebastian, now it's your turn to understand how this transition goes, and let me explain. People are going to start talking about Sebastian less. Because in all reality, there's nothing new in the case. We saw a sighting today. Besides the sighting I put on the screen, how many sightings have there been? Not many, folks. Not many. Unfortunately, there's really nothing going on in that case, right? It's fun to clown the tragedy pimp and green team involved in it. That it's my hobby almost, right? I love that, right? But facts and real information pertaining to the case is just not there, right? So, and make no mistake, I'll be covering that case. I'll be making sure that the green team, I'll be calling out all the shenanigans. It's just how it's going to have to work, y'all. So you're going to see me shift right with everybody else, right? Do I want to cover the case? Listen, here is a prediction, right? Here's a prediction. I'll probably here in the next couple of months have the mother or the stepfather or the brother or the uncle or maybe all the above in my contact list, right? I could probably text them when I'm live if I want. I'll probably know another family, right? Because I'll be pushing, I'll be debating debunking misinformation. I'll be contacting, calling out on it to say these morons in another case. Matter of fact, speaking of contacting, we should contact the family right now. We should give them a stiff warning. I don't like to bother people though. You know, I don't like to bother people. Like who knows what the fuck is going through their mind right now? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a tough thing, right? I've done this transition a million times. I don't like to bother people, right? Because they are going through it, right? You know who does? Doesn't even think about bothering them? Doesn't think it's nervy? Nothing? These green team morons, right?
I could never just be like, hey, I heard you guys are going through this traumatic, horrible thing, and I want to talk to you because I'm on YouTube. Like, leave me alone. Why are you bothering me? I have way more important things to do than speak with you.
For real.
Like, how does anybody have the balls to do that? That's horrible. Have some fucking respect.
It's weird, but at some point, man, the only thing to stop it is for us to get ahead of it, right? For us to get ahead of it. Because this case with these kids, it's a little bit ugly. It's a little bit ugly. It's a little bit ugly. You got, I don't know all the details in the case. The mom, but correct me if I'm wrong, chat. The mom leaves, right? The mom leaves. We have a stepdad in it, right? There's an unfollow on social media. She unfollows the stepdad. She leaves. This and that, right? The mom is silent. The stepdad's active on the news, right? It is
not okay. It's just not okay. None of this is okay. I really seriously hate anybody that bothers these people.
It doesn't look the greatest, I'll say. Does it? Can we form someone's guilty off of the information we have? Fuck no. Fuck no, right? Go back to Summer's case. You have parents. The entire people on YouTube showed how much of judgmental assholes they are by judging these people who live way up in the mountains, who don't have, enough finances and whatnot, or as much as maybe you do, right? And it's a different way of living, this and that. It's a secluded area, this and that. The conspiracies go crazy. Crazy. You hear people say, well, why did the dog lose the smell? Guess what? Here we are years later. In this case in Canada, the dog did the same thing, loses the scent, right? In each case, what's comical is all these idiots that are about to attack these people in Canada. If we just roll back, these people will say, Donwell is a chomo, okay, for this or for that. However, they cannot wait to drop the link to platform Seth for what was going on with Katie. I'm going to go ahead and say something to the internet that I've been holding in because it needs to be said. And I might get in trouble for this. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I was told. You know why I don't like Seth? I've watched his behavior. Do I think he hurt Sebastian? No. I don't know. I don't know. What's weird is the dude was given a bed once. And because he was in need of a bed. He was in need of a bed. He gets a bed. He gets a bed. A bed is given to him. If me and Noel were to give somebody a bed, there would be a whole bunch of snail trails in that motherfucker.
Oh, I'm not seeing.
There'd be snail trails all up on that motherfucker. You better do something with that bed. I'm just telling you. Why is that important? Well, what if Chris and Katie gave him a bed? And what if he needed this bed in a time of need because he was on his dick? Hey, we all get on our dicks. We're all on our ass, right? We all go through financial hardships, right? What if people give you a bed? You sleep in the bed, right? But what if you then get on your feet, right? You're well able to make and be able to buy a bed on your own, but you keep the bed with the snail trails in it. That's fucking weird, people. It's fucking weird. We all know how he was with Katie. Massively upset. Was he sniffing the snail trails? Was he sniffing the snail trails? People, it's weird. It's obsessively, it's a bunch of obsessiveness. There's all types of stuff I could say, right? That happened. He probably still has the fucking bed. But with these cases, you have these idiots. So they'll call Don this, but they'll glorify Seth for this, right? And in these two cases, so many things that they would say against Summer, right? They turn a blind eye to in Sebastian's case. I'm talking about the Dream Team, right? It's complete contradictions. They were so vocal about how they felt about an issue in this case, but over here, it just doesn't. They don't see it. Turn a blind eye. All this stuff, right? And if you haven't witnessed this before, get ready for it because you've lived through their coverage of Sebastian, and you're going to see them do it in this one, right? You'll see the contradictions. You'll see the fakeness, right? You'll see it for yourself. You'll remember old white boy pointing it out. Did you guys know that about the bed? I know you didn't know that about the bed. I probably should have said that. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And that's truth. It is what it is. It needs to be said. People need to know the weirdness. It is what it is. Sniffing snail trails. Fuskrilla. What's up, Clue? Clue, you know about snail trails. Come on. No luggage on the road. What does it say? If you think about it, they had a brand new baby and their older two kids left with a backpack. I think mom went to be her mom. I'm behind, man. I just be yapping. Good for you, man. Good for you, Cat Reflex. Dunkin' Felonies is good. That's where I got the info on old McDonough. Old McDonough. Speaking of that, McDonough. You know, this idiot Blue Gone Balls, I gotta make that clip of him, of his fat ass with his shirt off, doing that stupid bucket challenge, the water challenge where he had his titties out. I'll make a clip of that. R3, maybe we'll find him at all the crap. V. I don't know, man. I don't do snail trails. Noel's are snail trails. I don't sniff them. I'll look at them sometimes, maybe wipe them up. Get the cum rag, babe, that Christina gave us. Let me see that.
Oh no, it's packed.
This is what should have happened when where's that cum rag at?
It's packed.
It's packed up?
Yeah.
Where's it at? You don't know where it's at?
In a box.
Is it far?
Matt,
All right, don't get it.
know.
Anyway, man, it's weird shit, man. It's weird shit. So Blue Gum Balls literally is trying to say that when I made that live, Dunkin' Felonies posted and found that it's actually an older video, an older movie, I'm sorry, of Chris McDonough in it. The investigation of Michael Crow. Blue Gum Balls gets big mad because he wants to suck Chris McDonough so bad, right? He would eat his cock if he could. He would literally eat it like he does the microphone all the time. You always see him like eating the microphone, right? he gets big mad. He makes a post on Twitter that white boy's a moron. He has it wrong. It was actually this detective that interviewed Michael Crow. Wah, wah, wah. That's why I made a video of the movie, right, where the detective is like, okay, Mike, here's Chris McDonough. And then the goofball walks out, right? What this dude, like, the gaslighting, and that's what I'm telling y'all. That's what I'm trying to explain in this live, right? These idiots, I don't know where the green team term came from. I don't even know. Well, obviously in the Sebastian case, these morons been here long before Sebastian. I don't know if this case in Canada is going to take the traction off. You never can really tell. You never can tell, and it's weird. You never can tell which case will go. Like, it's fucking weird, man. But some just go. Some just go. You know, some just go, and those are the ones, man, that don't stand a chance. They have been through it all. Family trees, docs, everything has been looked up under. I mean, for fuck's sakes, right? And I have a feeling this Canada case, that's going to happen. I have a feeling. I'm not saying that Sebastian's case is dead. It's over with. It's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, from being in this space for a long time, I can see things, man. I can see things. And that's all I'm saying. And a lot of people are new for the Facebook groups. There's going to be a lot of people, a lot of subs coming from the Canada case. I'm telling you. And they're going to have to learn all this shit over, just as a lot of you know. It's just how it goes. Her family and his fam all showed up and started blaming each other, so she left with her peeps. Yeah, it is weird. It's weird. It is weird. Lol. What's up, Crimes? This is true, but yeah, good comment, Kat. So I want to tell y'all
Is that
something.
my cat?
Kat reflects. This is a very good comment. You can't honestly think that. I mean, some of these morons on the green team are dumb enough to think, like, I don't even know how to word this.
Just say it. Or tell me and I'll say
I
it.
mean, it's kind of common sense, but I don't think that all the green team believes that, like, Chris or Katie, like, did some massively disturbing thing to Sebastian. I don't believe that. Some are dumb. Some are just morons, right? I do believe they believe it. I believe that they want to lick Seth's snail trails that he does by himself, walking off to Katie back in the day when he had the bed with snail trails. They want to lick those snail trails, but it's like a snail trail party, right? But the ones that want to do that, they believe anything, right? They believe anything, right? I believe it. I believe it. But there's some that absolutely don't believe that. I, in my opinion, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I believe it. Listen, man. Bullhorn Betty, that bitch is not crazy. She got plenty of sense, y'all. She got plenty of sense. Noelle, is she stupid in real life? Bullhorn Betty?
No.
Don't get too carried away, man. Remember, a lot of these people, it's not like I met them like one time and spent 1 hour with them or something. Like I knew Bullhorn Betty, JLR. Man, we were out there together for weeks at a time, hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? The persona and the fakeness on the YouTube is comical. Going back to Noelle pulling up on them. It's comical. It's comical. It's like playing 4D chess because, yeah, she's not stupid. She's not crazy. She's also not tough. We know that. We've witnessed it, right? What both them bitches, Molly and Betty, they're asking Noelle to hold their hand going down the street. Real talk. Right? When at the FBI presser, when these hoes, right, are getting mouthy to some crazy bitch from New York, right? And that lady pushes back, right? They shit their pants. There was one lady yelling. Guess who it was? That one. You know what I'm saying? These people, this shit is comical, man. The shit is for real comical. I think BJ is a moron for real, though. They have gotten away with it a lot. I'm Canadian and just shudder to think of the slimy twat waffles like BJ, Spanky, BHB covering the cases up here. Hey man, I wouldn't be surprised if she heads up to old Canada now. She's gonna be brand new now with that shit happening. That how it happened. She's gonna be brand new. And I hate that it happened like that, y'all. But in case you're just coming into live right now, and if you didn't see this in the beginning, I will be more than happy to show you this. One. Let me do it like this. 1/7/14/22. 2 9/14/22. 3 12/8/23. 4 11/18/21. 4 police reports from 4 separate people that got extra weirdo on this YouTube, right? You think like and to make matters like worse, right? Like I don't see none of these dudes on this internet thing. I would allegedly, right? And educational, right? Educational, allegedly, and for educational purposes, I would beat the dog shit, right? Allegedly. If I seen any of these dudes in real life, right? I ain't no police calling dude, right? But this is the type of shit you got to get on when you do this internet thing, because these people get all weird up on you, right? And they get extra with it, right? And this ain't all me, but she don't call police either, right? You can't fool you that, right? But good luck with it. The thing is, this is YouTube, but this is all people's words, man. And this person didn't stop. This person didn't. They did with me. Again, I'm gonna write a book at some point. I'm gonna write a book, right? And there's chapters for all these motherfuckers, right? I can't tell you, right? I mean, I may or may not have signed someone's kids up to the military. There's things I cannot tell you, right? I'm pretty good with the internet. I know how to utilize it, right? I may or may not have made a Pornhub profile, right? With one of these there's allegedly, right? There's no telling. Did you think I was sitting back taking it in the ass smelling snail trails? Hells no. Hells no. And these motherfuckers, they forget, like, yeah, I was in the chain gang. I was in the prison at one point. Do you think like I don't still have connections with Willie? Willie was the weirdo, right? In the chain gang, right? The smart dude, right? Willie was in there for fraud, and Willie was in there for hacking motherfuckers, right? Do you think I don't talk to Willie to this day? Willie was the Sherm, right? I used to stick up for Willie in the joint, right? Oh boy. Man, Willie is subscribed to the channel, right? Willie can help White Boy out when I need help, right? But we'll get on topic. It'll come out in the book. Just snail trails and police reports.
Nothing happening here, folks.
Yeah, I think I don't know if she'll go up to Canada. Yeah, 100% shy, 100%. That lady is soft in real life. That lady is. I could tell that. This is why it hurts so bad. BHB was really stressing, man. This whole thing, and I'm so sad this happened, man. The Proudfoots did everything they were supposed to do, man. And I'm not saying that the green team is the reason this thing happened, guys. Don't put words in my mouth. I do feel though. I'll say this, the reach that Sebastian Rogers people who follow that case, the amount of people who follow that case, and the amount of combined with creators who cover the case, right? That's tens, hundreds of thousands of people, Facebook groups, YouTube channels. It's hundreds of thousands of people, right? It's a big ass it's a big group of people. Man, look here. This is my opinion. I think all we had to do is find probable cause. This was not like guilty or innocent. This was probable cause. You know what probable cause is? We were talking about this last night. Probable cause is like the police pulls you over, right? The police already knows who you are and what you're about before he says license and registration. So I'm yoked over, right? Look, we'll just use me as an example. I get yoked over. I got all type of sale of drugs, fast money, all that in my past, right? So before this guy doesn't know. He doesn't know if I've changed the way that I live. He doesn't know a fuck thing about me, right? But he also sees battery on a law enforcement officer, sale of drugs, this and that. So he's coming to the window before he says license and registration. He already thinks some type of way about white boy, and that's not his fault. He's supposed to. So when I to give him my license and registration, the next words come out of his mouth is this right here. I smell marijuana. Smoke. Motherfucker, no, you don't. Can I search the vehicle? Go fuck yourself. No, you ain't searching a goddamn thing, right? The probable cause point comes in right here. I smell marijuana. How can you prove that? Can we test his nostril strength? No, you can't. It's his experience in how they word it. Due to my training in, I forget how they word it. But because he says, I smell marijuana, no one knows if he really does or not. Let's keep it real. He doesn't, because I don't even smoke weed.
True story.
I don't smoke weed. I don't even like it. It's too strong nowadays, right? It's been like that for like 5 years with me, right? But so for him coming to the car and say, I smell weed smoke. No, you don't, bro. And you ain't searching shit, right? So here I am, right? I know a little bit about the law, right? I know he's doing this because he already read my background, right? But probable cause is, I had probable cause to ask white boy to search his car. I had probable cause to call the sergeant and have the canine dog come down here because I asked him if he would willfully let me search his car after I smell the marijuana. He told me no. So, I mean, and if you're watching this and you don't know this, you have a 50-50 chance, right? So for me, if I'm right with the police, I'm going to make them run it. If I'm in the right, I'm going to waste their fucking time. And I'm talking mad shit the whole time too. Ask Noel. I actually have a video of literally me doing it. But if I'm in the right, they're not wasting my night. They're wasting their own night. I'm gonna get them mad if I'm right? But you ain't searching my car if I don't have nothing in there. You don't smell weed because I don't burn weed, right? Let's stop the games, right? But if what is really happening is the officer already knows my past. He thinks I got dope in the car. So there's a loophole to where he could freely search my shit off my background. And it's called I smell weed. No, you can't search shit. At this point, it's 50-50. Is a 50% chance. Let's just say I was riding dirty. If I was riding dirty, there's a 50% chance I'm going to drive away with that dope in my car still, or whatever it is. Or he's going to search it without my consent. And here's how. Sarge got white boy here. He's saying that he's not going to let me search the car and I smell pot. All right, Jim. Well, we're down here on 45th Street, and we're doing a raid right now. So we got all the canines locked up. Call the corporal and see if they can spare a few dogs over there. Okay, 10-4. We'll do that now. Corporal, hey, I smell weed over here, and white boy won't let me search. I called Sarge. They're doing a raid, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, we're all locked up over here, too. We're doing our own search over here way on 441. You're fucked. He's fucked. I'm sorry. He's fucked. They got to let you go. They got to let you. It's 50% chance. Now, the phone call can also go, hey, smell weed. And he says no. All right, where are you at? We'll be there in 10 minutes. 50-50. Just so you guys know, 50-50, right? But probable cause is I smell weed. How the fuck could they not even prove that? So that's basically like that's basically like violating things 6 times after. I don't understand how this happens. That's so bullshit. Palm Beach, how'd you know that? How'd you know that? How'd you know I was talking about Palm Beach? Florida in the house. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. Then people literally had to prove that the lady, in my opinion, that the lady continued to pester them after it was told not. But I don't know. Maybe that's how it went down. And they bundled together as a group, like a jury trial does. And they have a group talk about it, right? And maybe somebody is in there. You know, yeah, I don't know, man. It's complicated, man. It's complicated. It probably did go down like that. And as a group, at the end of the day, with the political scene in the country, they probably based this whole thing off back to free speech. They probably didn't, which was crazy because it's not about that. And all you got to do is find probable cause. But there's so many factors in it, man. There's no telling, man. You don't know people's ideologies and shit like that. Oh, I know that Den of Bears. I know that. I played that years ago. He publicly denied. So he publicly denied that he harassed that kid, that he tried to manipulate that boy. He publicly denied that he was sued, and the police department was sued, right? He doubled down, did that. There's clips, there's police body cam on that. There's all that shit. Yeah, I just didn't know they based a movie behind it, right? It's just extra. It's just like, we have to grind it a little bit. We got to step it. We got to smear it in a little bit. It's just more adage to his lies. And speaking of this piece of shit, Chris McDonough, he was like the kingpin, in my opinion, of the Summer Wells case. This guy started a lot of negative coverage of the case. His narrative of what happened, his narrative, people took like truth, right? And wild. And just shit went spread wild based off this guy, because they're looking at somebody who's a retired homicide detective. They think he's truthful. They don't even know about this guy. Literally tried to get a slain little girl's brother, who's completely innocent and a minor, to confess to killing his sister, which he did not kill, and mentally tortured him until he did confess. And he didn't stop there. He also did that same thing to the little boy's friend. And it was through technology that he used, which was brand new. He's a piece of fucking shit, but that's who started all this shit. You cannot find one person on the green team that will tell you any of those words I just said, because they take he's like just up under Jesus. So Seth right now is Jesus Christ, and then Chris McDonough will be under him. I guess that would be like
Wow.
Moses, right? So it goes Jesus and Moses. Seth is Jesus and Chris McDonough is Moses. They would never tell you any of that. In fact, they'll argue that it never happened. Blue Gumballs will tell you that no, it was another detective that dude, there's like footage of this. Like you can't like debate like reality here. Like we can see like the reality. Like you can't change reality on us. This is not fair. Like we're seeing this. Like this is reality. You can't change reality, but they'll do it. They'll try. Horrific. Absolutely. I would love to have this guy on the channel. I don't think he would come on. Does anybody know how I can get a hold of, I should say this. How do I get a hold of the Crow family? First off, it's a hard Google. I looked them up. Fucking Cheryl Crow keeps coming up on there. But I've been trying to find the Crow family for a long time. I would love to have Mike on here to just say his truth. I would love to tell Mike that unfortunately, Mike, I would love to have him tell a story and then be like, Mike, do you know that Chris McDonough, do you know what he did to my other friends? I can call Don. I can call Don on the phone and let Don tell Mike about the experiences he's had with Chris McDonough. Could you imagine that? And that would absolutely tank that dude's channel, which should be done, right? And so many people would wake up, right? And that's defenseless. They cannot debate that, right? There's two, like, you know, and if you didn't catch this in the beginning of live, Don and Candace Wells, everything CPS said about them, claimed about them, has been wiped clean. CPS was wrong. And we should keep them in our prayers tonight, as we should, Chris and Katie, because they're going to have to go through, hear this lady's fucking mouth. It's going to amp up. It's going to get worse. Noelle literally told me, as Barbecue was on panel, that she's already attacking the people of Canada. Let me show you guys this before I cut this thing short. So here's what I'm talking about. You got this case right here. I'm sure you guys know all about this case. It's all over YouTube. There's no way that you can't. Search for missing Nova Scotia kid reaches 1 week mark. Yeah, it says you guys know about this. I don't even have to tell you. Let me find the social media part right quick though. Little chance the siblings could have survived the wedding area. The stepfather, Daniel Martel, said past week has left the family exhausted but still determined. I'm fighting to stay awake at this point. I'm just so drained, he said, but the fight goes on. The fight will always go on. Yeah, for real. On Wednesday, the RCMP announced it was scaling back at the search, saying it was little chance the siblings would have survived the wooded area. The children's stepfather said this past week, God damn it, why am I reading the things twice? Where's the social media one, man?
I don't know. It might have sent you twice. Okay, whatever you got.
Here it is. Right there. He also shared his frustration over social media rumors and strangers showing up near the family's home. I just try not to read it. It's just opinions of people that I don't know and absolutely anything. They don't know what's going on, he said, driving by slowly. Some people stop. Some people snap pictures. Some people just almost have no respect. Man, with all due respect, sir, you haven't seen nothing yet. And I hope you don't have to, but unfortunately, it's going to get way worse for you. And then the same thing I told Chris Proudfoot will go to these people in Canada. Whether I do have them in my contact list, whether I do start helping them, whatever. Here's a pre-perceived message to the people who I probably will end up meeting. This will all be over with the second that the next child with just as much popularity goes missing. Then you will get peace. And then, and only then, It is that family's nightmare that you have been living. Moonlight View. I saw that. I'm surprised those creators didn't make more of a thing about it, you know? TRPP, Seth definitely has his homestead cult assembled. 100%. I wonder if, I hope he got rid of the bed though. That's just creepy, people. You can't tell me it's not. Snail trails. Can we get hashtag snail trails in the comments, please? This is facts. This is facts. This is facts. Snail trails. It's sad, man. That is sad. Early Mother's Day. It is sad. It sucks. We were all wanting that lady to go to jail. Never seen a group of people want someone to go to jail as bad as Betty. But this lady's gonna be talking mad shit now. I don't know, people. And if you understand like how social media really works, and what's that law that social media was granted, where you can't go after the platform so you can't sue YouTube for anything that I'm saying, right? It's called what's it called? 230 something 230, right? What's the name of that law? Somebody tell me. Snail trails, something 230, whatever. And until they change 230, man, it's never gonna. I don't see this ever happening, man, because it's just, I don't know, man. Look, people, if you haven't, go back to the beginning of this live. I had babe, didn't I have a conversation with the cop? I'm like, so when I said do something, he's gonna kill me. You could basically here's how he explained this to me. Here's how it's weird on the internet, right? Like, I don't know where Chai lives, right? I'm gonna use Chai as an example, even though Chai is awesome and Chai would never do no bullshit like this, right? I don't know where Chai lives, right? If Chai said, I'm gonna kill a white boy, right? Let's just pretend this, right? I don't know where Chai lives, right? I don't think she lives in Florida, right? It now becomes a big problem, right? Where I cannot call police on her. It's different states, it's different jurisdictions. It's a big legal mess. And that's exactly how the officer explained it to me. Because I was like, dude, I was pissed, right? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, if I called my neighbor, if I said that to my neighbor, you would arrest me right now. He was like, yeah, because you're saying it in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck is the difference? He's like, the difference is, he started breaking this down. He couldn't even like fully tell me, but he basically told me this. If somebody was to say those words to you in this area, we can do something about it. If somebody said that to you kind of far away within Florida, we can do something about it. He said, once it goes out of Florida, it becomes a major, major problem. And let me tell you something else. And in each one of these cases, events, Detective Raukowitz, Detective Canova, Detective Simmons, Detective Meadows, something like that. In each one of these cases, a detective is assigned. Is a detective assigned, right? So a detective is listening to what you have to say and looks into it. And in each one of these cases, the detective separately goes, send me links, send me screenshots, send me everything, right? You guys know how I am with receipts, right? So I'm going to make sure they're like well prepared, right? Nothing. I tell you that because, unfortunately, man, I think this bitch got a free pass. I think the Proudfoots did everything they could. I think they had they've done more than anyone has thus far.
It's very sad.
But I'm just telling you out of a personal experience from dealing with the police on the internet and what I just witnessed with Betty. And unfortunately, man, I don't think I could be wrong. Let's hope I'm wrong, right? What's up, Vanish? Tag that lady on the on my other channel, section 230. Thank you, Chai. Thank you. That's exactly what I was talking about. Yes. So in section 230, if you don't know this, section 230 was granted to these social media and tech companies, mostly social media, because of the way social media blew up so fast, guys. I'm gonna get off this thing here in a minute. Social media took off, right? Section 230 was granted to these companies, right? So if I say something, you who don't like it, get offended, whatever, you can't sue YouTube. You'd have to come after me, right? But within section 230, it gives a lot of freedom to people on the internet. Okay, it was rushly done. They rushed this, right? They did this fast, right? They wanted to protect corporations because technology was coming out so fast, and this was done before Facebook was created. This section 230 was done before MySpace was created. They did this back in the AOL mail days, right? You have mail. That's when section 30 was done, right? A bunch of congressmen got together and protected a bunch of corporations, right? In a half-heartedly good attempt, right? The problem was at the same time, they blessed these companies. They blessed them with almost anonymity. You cannot go after them for nothing, right? So currently they're trying to restructure section 230 to change these types of laws, right? But everything I just said, Andra, all that comes into play under 230. And until it is going to take politicians to change that, then I could have 40 of those and nothing will happen. And people, look, nobody even gets arrested when they SWAT you. They don't. I'm sure some have. I'm sure some have. But do you honestly think I don't know who was trying to SWAT Noel when I was in jail? Do you honestly think I don't know who called the police station hundreds of times? Now, they fucked up with that because they accidentally made me SWAT proof. My local police department knows if they get a crazy phone call about this house, not to come over here. They tried so hard, they fucked up. But we know who did that. We know who did that. Don't think I produced receipts? Noel did to one of those detectives about swatting? Sure did. Did they get arrested? No. Fucked up, y'all. Welcome to the internet. All right, I'm getting off here. I'm taking the kid bowling tonight. I'm gonna have family night. It's a shitty thing, man, but it is what it is, y'all. I don't have any answers. Bigger things have to happen for change, man. Until the next one, much love, y'all. She's not gonna try. I don't know. No problem. All right, guys, I'm jumping off. Much love, much love. Thank you for hanging out. Please smash a like. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to my clip channel at White Boy Radio Clips, and in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.